A good image can make or break your website, literally. What can you do to choose the best images for your website? I'll let you know this week on Website Wednesday. The trend in web design these days is to use nice, big images and photographs all over a website. While a good image can definitely help make a website visually stunning, using bad images can have negative effects like giving the wrong first impression, making your business look less professional, and slowing down the load speed of your website. Well, today I have 4 tips to consider when choosing images for your site. Number 1, use high quality images. Make sure you're using the best quality of image possible. This means taking the time to select or pay for quality stock photo or professional images. You may also want to hire a professional photographer if you want to include images of things like yourself or your team, your store, or your products. Now, this doesn't mean taking a quick snapshot on your iPhone. Although smartphones have come a long way in the photographs they take, people can still tell the difference between a photo taken by a professional and a not so professional. Of course, this rule doesn't apply to you if you're an actual photographer, but if you're not, leave the photographing to the professionals. Number 2, choose extremely relevant images. As you're choosing photos, keep in mind the relevance of those photos. Make sure the photo or image matches the topic of the page that it's going to appear on and your overall business message. For example, if you're a law firm, you probably don't want to use an image of a palm tree or a young couple enjoying a vacation somewhere. Even if you want to convey that type of feeling in the images that you put on your site, make sure the subject of the photo is in line with the type of work you do and that you want to promote. Number 3, consider the size and resolution of your images. Have you ever visited a website only to be greeted with an image that's blurry or blocky? And then you visit another site and it has super sharp, crisp, and vibrant images. What you're seeing, that difference there, all comes down to size and resolution. Make sure when you acquire an image that the native size of the image is at least as big as the area it will occupy on the website. This means don't use tiny images and then try to stretch them out to fit the screen. That will result in poor image quality. The final tip is all about image optimization. On the flip side of what I just talked about, you also need to make sure that the image you're using isn't too big either. The bigger the image, the bigger the file size and the slower it will load on your site. To avoid this, try your best to resize the image so that it is exactly the size it needs to be on your site before you upload it to your site. This means opening the image in an image editor like Photoshop and using the resize tool to adjust the size. And remember, we always want to shrink down large images, not expand small images. Finally, another way to optimize your image is to run it through an image optimizer before you add it to your website. These optimizers will decrease the overall file size of the image without degrading the image quality. I recommend using tinypng.com for online quick image optimization. Now, some of these tips sound a bit too technical for you to implement on your own. It's probably best to leave it up to your webmaster or graphic designer to implement some of these things. But I think it's good for you to have an overall understanding of the reasoning behind why certain images work and don't work on the web. Go ahead and leave me a comment below this video to let me know if you have any other tips for when you choose an image for your website. Also, are you going to go back and revisit your own website images and make sure they're optimized? Tune in next week to hear lessons about integrating your business logo on your website. And don't forget to subscribe or follow me here so you can keep up with the latest videos, and I'll see you next week on Website Wednesday.